Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Let's get right to it. Loosey Goosey Constantine here with you. We're going to talk the Batman movie review. Now, I did an initial reaction review on this movie last night because I saw it last night. But this is my no spoiler review. No spoiler. Batman review. When the initial reaction comes out, you'll see there'll be spoilers in that one, and you'll there's more details about how I felt, yada yada yada. So, without further ado, like the spliff. And let's get on with this. So, The Batman. I gotta say, I left the movie theater with mixed feelings. Mixed feelings about this movie. This is going to be a very brutal review. And I'm going to explain first why I was brutal in my initial reaction when you get to watch that, and why I'm going to be still brutal now. The reason I'm being so heavily criticizing of this movie is because we are all waiting, in my opinion, we are all waiting for the Batman that can take up Ben Affleck's place. Right? In my opinion. In terms of the DCEU in the long run. The Batman that I would love to see be in the Justice League, do everything in the DCEU and in the Batman world that, we all been wanting to see. So, let's start off with the good. The movie was good. It was entertaining all 3 hours. It was good, not great. I love the performance of all the actors. Robert Pattinson, mixed feelings. I'm gonna get to it. But Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle, amazing. Paul Dano as Riddler, amazing. Colin Farrell, Penguin, amazing. The guy who plays Jim Gordon. On and on and on and on. The movie, alright, let's put it like this. The movie was good. It was so good that if it was by itself, if I hadn't seen any other Batman movie, and let's say this was the first movie like Iron Man was for Marvel, and this was like one of the first movies for DCEU, and I hadn't seen Ben Affleck's Batman, mostly Ben Affleck's Batman. Like, if I haven't seen Ben Affleck's Batman, and even saying if I hadn't seen Christopher Nolan's Batman, this movie by itself is amazing. I can see how IGN would give it a 10. But here's the reality of the situation. Those other Batman movies do exist. And so, you have to be understanding that there's an expectation. An expectation that has to be met within the fans, right? But the movie was great. It was directed great. The writing was great. Like, Matt Reeves wanted to do a Zodiac meets Batman, psychological detective noir film. Bravo. You did it. You did it. Now, like I said, a lot of good in this movie. But the bad that I have with this movie all has to do with my opinion about what should have been expected and what I was waiting for and what I think Matt Reeves' approach should have been. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if IGN at this point in our lives is giving this movie a 10, then I don't know what the fuck you were watching. Because if I'm rating this movie as a Batman movie compared with what we've seen so far, yes, it's unique. Yes, it's great. Yes, it's beautiful. The aesthetic is nice. All of that. But I don't think it compares to what we've already seen. Because you didn't give me the Batman that I can see fighting Superman. You didn't give me the Batman that I wanted to see in Justice League. No. You gave me the Batman that is a contender against the Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan's Christian Bale. This movie felt like a too human Batman. Like, this Batman was too realistic for me. Like, this is not the Batman I was waiting for. If I wanted to see a realistic Batman, I would just watch the Christopher Nolan trilogy. I don't want to see another dark Batman who is humanified, like really humanified. Like right now, I'm gonna list it down. There wasn't enough martial arts in the movie to show off that he's Batman. Not enough gadget use. I felt like the story was way too focused on Riddler for the plot to feel so anticlimactic. And I felt like the movie just left me unsatisfied. Like, it really left me unsatisfied. The action sequences were not what I expected. Like the movie is good, but it's not what I wanted. That's the problem. Like, the movie is great, but it's not what I wanted. It's not. I don't think it's what a lot of fans wanted. And it's like, this felt like Matt Reeves wanting to be like, all right, this is my version of Batman. Okay, cool. Like, great. You got your own version of Batman, but that's not. I wanted to see your version of Batman, but I wanted to see your version of Batman be a potential contender to be part of the Justice League, the DCU. I don't see Robert Pattinson's Batman being part of the Justice League or DCU. I honestly see this nigga getting his ass whooped by every bad guy that he ever will face. Like, I don't think that this Batman will be well seasoned in 5-10 years to, like, be part of the Justice League. Like, his combat skills based off this movie don't even look like he's been trained. The movie felt like he was Daredevil, not Batman. Robert Pattinson's performance as Batman was, for his version of Batman, okay. I liked his Batman more than I liked his Bruce Wayne. I'm going to tell you right now. I liked his Batman more than I liked his Bruce Wayne. But his Batman was too romantic for me. Like, it was too romantic. It was too romantic for me. You had me bipolar with him being serious and then not serious, and then, like, you softening him up with the whole nickname Vengeance. Like, I don't like those little details that you did. Like, I have very mixed feelings about this movie. Very mixed feelings. Like, I can't even rate it because I gotta see it for a second time. Like, there was a lot of cool things in this movie. A lot of cool things. Cool things. Like, so many things in this movie did it for me. Like, I loved, their version of Selena Kyle's story. I'm also not too happy about Riddler being Hush. Like, I don't like the fact that Riddler felt like Hush. That's probably the only spoiler I'm gonna put. Sorry, but I felt like Riddler was like Hush. I mean, it might be obvious just by the trailers, but Riddler felt too much like Hush. And then too much like the Joker. He didn't really feel like, he felt like the Riddler, but didn't feel like the Riddler. I like the Penguin. The Penguin was great. Like, there was a lot of things in this movie that I loved, but I can't love the whole movie as, like, I still can't put this movie in my top 5. My top 5 is still number 1. Batman vs Superman, then The Dark Knight, Val Kilmer, Batman Forever, Michael Keaton Batman, you know, the Nolan films, like, they're still part of my top five. Like, I don't know if I would put this in my top five because I'm like, if I'm being honest, it was a Batman movie and at the same time not a Batman movie because it wasn't the Batman that I wanted. It was a Batman that can easily be killed. You know, like the way he approached the certain situations. Like, I was judging the movie not on Matt Reeves. Like, the if you're judging the movie on how beautiful it was, how beautifully directed, the writing, okay, you can judge it off. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. But if you're judging it off as Batman, like, did they really portray Batman? Is this the Batman that I can see in Justice League? Is this the Batman that can fight Superman? Is this Batman for the DCEU? And I'm saying, right, as of right now, no. Robert Pattinson's Batman is not a Batman that I want to see in the DCEU. I don't even want to know the rest. This movie did not even make me feel like I want to know the rest of his story. Because it felt like a reboot of the Nolan films. It didn't feel like, I mean, it felt like its own thing, and at the same time, it didn't feel like its own thing. Because look, Zack Snyder, he did his dark version of Batman, but that version of Batman was still kind of heroic. That Batman, you wanted to see him fight Superman. Like, that Batman, okay, I can see that Batman fight bad villains, like badass villains, you know, like the combat was down, the gadgets, you know, he felt like Batman. Same thing with the Nolans. Okay, he felt like Batman. Realistic Batman, cool. A Batman who lives in the real world, cool. That felt like Batman. But then this one felt like, okay, now you're doing the same thing. Like, you're making another realistic Batman. Why? Why do we need a realistic Batman? When are we gonna get a mythic Batman? Like, you know, what we got with Ben Affleck's Batman. Ben Affleck's Batman is the Batman that can bench press 1,000 pounds when he was at his peak. Robert Pattinson's Batman don't even look like he can bench anything. You know, like his punches seemed hard. He seemed like a tough character in the movie, but he wasn't tough enough. Like, he was getting shot at too many times. His combat moves were very basic. I feel like John Wick can whoop his ass. Like, this, he didn't feel like he was. He didn't feel like he was really Batman. And honestly, even though I know it's a year two he's Batman in his second year, it might as well have been a year one Batman movie. Honestly, it felt like it was a year one Batman movie. It felt like he was making so many mistakes that, okay, didn't you make these mistakes in your first year? I don't know. I don't feel like Batman would be making that many mistakes in his second year if he's so intelligent. If he's the Batman from the comics. At least not, like, mistakes with villains is one thing, but mistakes in combat, like the way he was approaching the rooms, going through the front door, just getting fucking shot at, doing some little bit of judo here, some fucking aikido, like, nah, bro, nah, it didn't feel like this Batman could fight. That's my review, man. That's my Batman review. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you thought. I hope, I don't think I spoiled too much. If I did spoil, I apologize. Let me know what I spoiled so I can be aware of it. Because, I mean, like I said, the movie gave me so much mixed feelings that it's really hard for me to talk about because I need to watch it again. And I honestly feel like even watching it again, I'm still gonna have the same opinion because I remember the movie very clearly. I saw it last night, and just thinking about it in my head, like, everything good about it was aesthetic, just the way the movie was directed, the way it looked, Even like the storyline was pretty good, but Batman didn't feel like Batman to me. You know, not a good enough Batman. Like it was Batman, but it wasn't a good enough Batman for me. You know, but peace out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. See you on the next episode.